What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. My predictions for WrestleMania 41. We are finally here. I have been booking this since August. We are finally at the moment, the week of WrestleMania. And crazy enough, I have something crazy important to do on that Sunday, so I'm kind of sad that I'm going to miss it. But if I miss it, I'm turning off all notifications on my phone, turning off everything the minute I get home. I'm watching it. No spoilers for me. Just straight up watching it. So yes, we're going to talk about today my predictions for WrestleMania 41. I'm also going to be talking about some things that could happen, why certain things could do this way, and yes, I'm going to talk about also some predictions I've already seen online that I'm not going to claim as my own, because that's kind of weird if I claim something as my own if it's not technically my own. So we'll talk about it. We'll get started and let's begin. So Randy Orton is going to be the first person we're going to talk about for these predictions, because this is going to be a long video usually when I do these WrestleMania predictions, really talking out every scenario. I believe Randy Orton will be on this card. It's against who? I think there's about 4 different types of things we could see. We could see Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa, Randy Orton versus Aleister Black, Randy Orton versus NXT talent. I actually want to add one more. I think there could be Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry, because supposedly a rumor has it that Joe Hendry was going to be on this main roster for a little bit, the road to WrestleMania, having a feud with The Miz ending at WrestleMania. And then finally, you have Nick Aldis. That's the contenders right now for me. I think it makes a lot of sense to do certain ones, but gotta be honest with you. I think the Solo Sikoa is a red herring. I hope to God it's not going to actually happen. I'm going to say right now it's Nick Aldis because of how they've been talking on SmackDown, how it would make a lot of sense to have Nick Aldis go against Randy Orton. But again, he could be retired. We'll see if that actually happens. That means he'll have really 2 weeks to put on a WrestleMania match. So how well does that actually happen? I don't know. I really do believe that it is probably going to be Randy Orton versus Solo or Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. And I put Nick Aldis down because I really hope it's Nick Aldis. Now let's talk about the actual matches. And I debated on putting the tag team match on here because I think they could still add that match, but I'm not going to just in case they don't. So Randy Orton's more certain than not. Gunther versus Jey Uso. I have to believe that Jey Uso will win, because if they don't give Jey Uso the win, this kills Jey Uso as a competitor for the future. I mean, think of how many times he's been up here, how many times he has the Royal Rumble win. He needs to win this. And you might say, well, it kills Gunther. I don't think Gunther would be killed. I think if anything, we'll see an angry Gunther. We'll see him become the ring general again. He'll realize what it is like without the title. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see him start going crazy, coming back for that title, and probably win that title another time. I really do believe that Jey Uso will be the winner at WrestleMania and will get that title, because there's no way they don't give it to him with how over he is and his momentum he has right now. Up next is War Raiders versus New Day. Not really a big fan of this match. I saw one prediction which makes me think maybe that's why this is a match and they chose this over the other tag team, but it still is going to affect my answer. I believe there's a reason why they won this, because one, the New Day is a huge deal in WWE. I mean, think of one of the best, if not the best tag team of all time. You have the New Day potentially winning tag team belts at WrestleMania. There's going to be insane boos. There's going to be people getting pissed at the New Day. There could be a celebrity involved against the New Day. Like, really, that could be it for this match. I think that the War Raiders have a really good chance of winning, but I'm going to go with the New Day, because I think that the New Day should have already won the titles by now. It makes a lot of sense for the tag titles to be on the New Day, and I think the New Day has so much heat that it just, again, should be on the New Day. But at the same time, a lot of people think Big E is going to return and maybe not show that he can wrestle again, but at least show that he can wrestle again, but she doesn't show him as a full-time person. he's going to cost New Day and cost the New Day the tag titles, and that's a big WrestleMania moment. I've seen a lot of predictions on that, and I actually do believe that could happen. I just think that people aren't going to let the moment die that Big E's probably done with WWE. I really think he's probably medically retired. So I don't think that will happen, and I really do believe the New Day will win. Up next is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. My God, am I excited for this one. Jacob Fatu will win. I think there's either two ways this happens. Either one, Jacob Fatu and LA Knight have an amazing match. Jacob Fatu just wins immediately. Or Solo Sikoa gets himself in the match. Either cost Jacob Fatu, which I hope to God that doesn't happen because I don't think they should let Jacob Fatu get pinned by LA Knight right now. I think what they would do is tease that that's going to happen where Jacob Fatu is about to lose to LA Knight due to a roll-up. Jacob Fatu gets out of it, hits Jacob Fatu hits a finisher on LA Knight. Solo Sikoa realized that he almost just cost Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu wins. And then the next future upcoming wherever it's going is going to be Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. And I know WWE likes to long game a lot of their feuds. This is one that's going to be long gamed with Solo Sikoa, where the next SmackDown we're going to see Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa have this, where ultimately that moment will come here soon. Up next is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I've been up in the air with this one recently because I think everyone thought Charlotte Flair would win for sure. I don't know if recently maybe WWE is realizing Tiffany Stratton could be the one that actually wins, and it could be to help this newcomer go. I'm still going to say Charlotte Flair because I think the intense heat that she's having, even if it's like we actually hate you heat, because it's a real thing. Look at Logan Paul. My eyes itchy so bad. I still think that they'll give it to Charlotte Flair. Now, where do we go from here? Probably Charlotte Flair giving it to somebody else like Bianca Belair. Or not Bianca Belair, sorry, Jade Cargill. I was thinking about Bianca and Jade earlier. But could it be back to Tiffany Stratton later on? I really do believe those are possibilities. But I really have to say that I think they're going to give this to Charlotte Flair. It really is going to happen. And as much as I hate it, it's going to happen. Up next is Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Now, I think Rey Mysterio will most likely win this because if not, my God, do they hate Rey Mysterio. But I think we're going to see some shenanigans with El Grande Americano. And I think ultimately the biggest thing is going to be the Max getting revealed because they just did that recently on the Raw. I think El Grande Americano will be revealed to be, wait for it, Chad Gable. And I want to do something where somehow, some way they flip it and somehow it's like Julius Creed or something. I don't know, or Brutus Creed. You know how funny that would be? But it would be Chad Gable. And then I really do believe that I don't know if they'll end this gimmick with El Grande Americano or if they'll try to still continue it. I think more than likely they'll probably end it. And yeah, I really like this for Rey Mysterio to get this win. And then I really want to see, Chad Gable possibly go after the U.S. title with a more legitimate Chad Gable, But we'll have to see. Up next is Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This is Jade Cargill, and I'm worried that this could be a squash match. I hope to God it's not. But I really do believe that it's going to be Jade Cargill winning for sure. I just hope they don't squash it so they show Naomi as a fierce heel because I hope Naomi gets a push. That's kind of the goal I really want is Jade Cargill winning and then Naomi getting this push too. And hopefully going for the U.S. title and getting it from Chelsea Green. But yeah, I'm up in the air with how this could go. I really don't know. Because for me, it seems like Jade Cargill will for sure win. It's just, is it a squash or not? I think this is still going to be a great match. Up next is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. This is an incredible match. There's so many ways it can go. A triple threat always means there's no DQ, so there could be some shenanigans involved. I'm going to say with CM Punk and Roman Reigns locking eyes for Paul Heyman, that Go Home Raw has Seth Rollins standing tall, which makes me feel that Seth Rollins won't win, but I'm going to go Seth Rollins. I just think that Roman Reigns. Punk is Punk. Seth has been the little bro in a lot of these situations. So I think it'd be smarter to give it to Seth Rollins. Do I think Paul Heyman will go with him? Probably not. If anything, Seth Rollins might attack Paul Heyman, or at least flex on Paul Heyman that he beat, the two biggest clients of his. I really think that Seth Rollins will get this win, and then it's going to start Seth Rollins really on this winning streak. I hope so, at least. But I think CM Punk, Roman Reigns, I would just believe that they're going to screw each other out accidentally, and Seth Rollins will pick up the win. Up next is Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. I have the capital K like I always do. I just realized for Io Sky. My God. Okay. This match, I'm between two people. I don't think Rhea Ripley will win. I'm sorry, all Rhea fans. I don't think she'll win because I think they're wanting to keep her on the chase. So if Rhea Ripley isn't winning, it's between Bianca and Io. I thought it made sense for Bianca Belair to win, but I'm starting to think they really are low-broing Io Sky. Would they not give her the championship and give her the retain? Maybe Bianca and Rhea, like we just said with the other triple threat, are going to be focused on each other where they don't realize Io Sky would win this. But at the same time, could Bianca Belair win? And I think so. I think that's the best way to go about this, is Bianca Belair winning this. And the biggest reason why, out of all of it, is because Bianca Belair has that streak going right now. And I really do believe that you might say, you know what, we don't need another Undertaker. But if that's something else that you can kind of keep marketing to be a streak at WrestleMania, and that's a very good match to have, why not? Why not keep it going? So I have Bianca Belair winning against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. And I kind of want it to be pinning Rhea Ripley. I don't want it to be pinning Io Sky. They might, but I think pinning Rhea Ripley would set up a feud for them maybe entering SummerSlam. So yes, I have Bianca winning the championship. It's just new routes we can go against Rhea Ripley. Up next is Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I am hyped for this match. This is one of my favorite matches, and I just have so many predictions and so many things that could happen for this match. I think that's why I'm so happy for it. Braun Breaker, chances are not winning. This is the perfect time you take off the championship. You don't pin Braun Breaker. And that's the thing. I don't think no one will pin Braun Breaker. I think, if anything, Finn Balor is going to be the one pinned. I don't think Finn Balor will win because he hasn't built himself up to be the winner, but there was that rumor a while ago that they were thinking about giving Finn a IC title reign. So my two people are Penta and Dominic Mysterio. I'll go with each on why they should win. Penta. Hype. Has all the pyro in the world, which could be an indicator that they think he could win. He's older, so this would be a better time to give it. He could be I don't think he's a little more over, but I think he really is over with the fans right now. He's new. It's fresh. There's so many feuds you can go about it. Then you look at Dom. He's young. There's more interesting ways, I think, with Finn Balor. If you would pin Finn Balor. There's ways with Dominic Mysterio really just being young, having the championship. You're setting up your future. I have to say that I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio. I can't believe I'm doing this. I switched to Penta right before this video started. I am now thinking that Penta won't win because I think Braun is going to go after Penta. Something's going to happen with Finn. Penta's going to go for the pin. And Dominic Mysterio is going to steal it and pin Finn Balor. It will ultimately lead to a Dominic Mysterio-Finn Balor breakup. With Finn Balor going to SmackDown, I think, and Dominic Mysterio staying on Raw. That is what I'm predicting. That's what I think. I think Penta or Breaker is going to go for the pin to retain, and they are going to get screwed out by Dominic Mysterio stealing it. And I just got to be honest with you. I kind of like this. I want Dominic Mysterio to win a championship. I have it in my predictions that he will. I think you could go a lot of routes with him. I think, personally, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta could be literally like Backlash, or it could be a feature match. That is a really good match, in my opinion. And let's say Penta wins the IC title from Dom. I think that's a possibility. But I do believe that Dominic Mysterio's winning. And I think, crazy enough, I'm saying that. I don't know. Up next is Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Wasn't that hyped for this match. Street fight kind of gets me a little bit more hyped for it. I think no matter what, Drew McIntyre needs to win this because Drew McIntyre had an amazing 2024. He deserves to have an amazing 2025. I think Drew McIntyre deserves a title run in 2025. So this is a little setup for it. Up next, a throw together match. Judgment Day versus Lyra Valkyrie and Bayley. I think this match will cook. I just don't think it means anything because we know Judgment Day will win. I don't think they'll go the route of giving Lyra a 2-time champ or whatever. It really is Judgment Day winning. So if Judgment Day is winning, I just have to believe there's something else bigger to make this good. But again, this seems like a throw match because they didn't have Roxanne Perez in the card, so maybe that's why. I am going to say that it is going to be Judgment Day winning, obviously. And I think Bayley could turn on Lyra to set up Bayley getting that IC title reign. Maybe Lyra accidentally screws Bayley, so then Bayley turns on her. And now actually, I just hit my mic. Now actually thinking about it, maybe they threw in Bayley here because this was originally going to be Becky Lynch. And then Becky was going to turn on Lyra Valkyria, but instead they might do Bayley. Just a thought. Just something I'm going to throw out there. Up next is Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. It has to be AJ Styles. I would be so sad to see if AJ Styles doesn't win. It's just who gets involved in the match, who's in the Prime outfit, who's going to be this. I believe that Logan Paul will bring out and do some shenanigans, but AJ Styles is going to win over because, again, AJ Styles should be going for title soon. Logan Paul can afford the loss to AJ Styles. I really just believe that AJ Styles more than likely will be needing these wins so that he can really go and get some championships when his years are kind of ending, truthfully. Up next is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. We're at the final. What I am predicting. So, I'm just going to start out and say who I think is going to win and say why. John Cena. I think it's fresh. I think he needs to win with a heel. I think Cody Rhodes makes a lot of sense to potentially retain, but it's going to kill John Cena's character. I just think December 17th will matter a lot at WrestleMania. John Cena will then get this match, get this title, and have a heel title reign with babyfaces going after him. And I also have to believe that there's going to be some shenanigans. It's the main event. There's going to be some shenanigans. I think we will see The Rock. I think something will neutralize The Rock to make John Cena win. Not just The Rock going against Cody Rhodes. I think it could be, and a lot of people saying this because he got spotted in Vegas, and I mean he's going to be at Vegas, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So could we see Stone Cold Steve Austin win or come out, neutralize The Rock? Cody Rhodes is distracted. John Cena does an underhand tactic move that no one thought, aka probably, heading below the belt. Maybe doing something else. John Cena wins the title, but at what cost? That's where I think I'm at. But I think there could be other crazy predictions. Maybe Randy comes out to help Cody. Maybe, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that could happen. But I really do believe that more than likely, John Cena will win. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy and let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.